Hello everyone, welcome to my class Pinnacle of English. In today's video, you are going to learn reported speech, which is really helpful to school going children as well as those students who are going to appear for competitive examinations. For them also, this reported speech is really helpful to them. Even those who want to be fluent in English, and even those who want to improve four skills of English, such as listening, speaking, reading, and writing, this reported speech is also helpful to them. Let's understand reported speech in depth. Now let's see use of reported speech. When we use reported speech, we are referring to something that was said either by ourselves or by someone else in the past. An example of this might be he said that he was going for shopping. Now, this reported speech is really helpful when the conversation is going on, and during that conversation, when we talk about the third person, for that reported speech is very useful to us. In this type of reported speech, we use this reported speech very frequently during both spoken and written examples of English, and it is an important part of the language which any English student will find useful to learn. In this section, we are going to look at types of reported speech as well as how we can use in statement. Let's see the definition of reported speech. Reported speech is often also called indirect speech in English. We have to learn some useful grammar rules related to reported speech with examples, sentences, and even through worksheets which are useful to practice much. We can get from n number of websites which are available in when we search through Google websites. When we use reported speech, we are usually talking about the past, because obviously the person who spoke originally spoke in the past. The verbs therefore usually have to be in the past too. For example, direct speech: I have lost my umbrella. Now see, the reported speech is he said that he had lost his umbrella. Generally, in spoken part, most of the people use direct speech only, but in a rare case, people use indirect speech, right? So, if you want to understand the statement which is written or printed in a novel, then we can usually understand what the statement will be or what the statement is going to say. For that purpose, reported speech is important to understand, and it is understood through grammar rules of this reported speech. Now let's see what is the difference between direct speech and indirect speech. Now you see the first statement which is printed here, you can see I said to her, I am going to market. So to identify the statement is in direct speech, double inverted comma is used. Now here the first I is written here, so I is a speaker because I is used here as a subject, right? That's why I is used here as a subject. Then said to is a reporting verb. Then third one, her, is used as a listener because I is saying to her. and the entire which is kept in inverted commas, that is called reported statement. I am going to market. So this is what the identification of direct speech. When we change from direct to indirect speech, a double inverted comma is removed. We change said to, that reporting verb, into a different form of statement. We have to identify which kind of reporting statement is, whether it is assertive. In assertive we can find two sentences, affirmative and negative, but here then also we can find some more statement. For example, questions with to be form, and one more that is called questions with WH word, right? So according to that we have to change the reporting verb. Now let's see what are the necessary changes to be done in the pronouns. When we use in direct speech, that is used directly, but when we change from direct to indirect sentence, we have to change in the pronouns and even the adjectives also. Now here you can see direct speech, I into he or she, my into his or her, mine, his or her, you into I, he, she, we, they, your, my, his, her, our and their, yours, mine, his, hers, ours and theirs, are into they, ours into theirs, this and these into that and those. These changes are possible according to the speaker, what the speaker is. If the speaker is male, we have to use third person singular he, and according to that we have to use it. If the speaker is she, a girl is there, then we have to change according to that. If the subject, if the speaker is it, any animal is there, then we have to change according to it. Now let's see examples how the pronouns are changed from direct to indirect sentences. Ram said to Mona, I am going to my house. This is a direct sentence, we change into indirect. Now see, Ram told Mona that he was going to his house. Now see the changes. Reporting verb said to into told. Connecting word that is used because the sentence is assertive. In assertive sentences we can find both positive and negative sentences. Now here you can see the subject, here the speaker is Ram. So according to the speaker, here in reporting statement I is written. So I is the speaker. So according to that Ram is a speaker. So based on that he is used, and am going to is a present continuous tense. So we have to change into past continuous tense. That's why Ram told Mona that he was going to, my into his, going to his house. Next example, she said, he's my son. Indirect sentence is, he said that he was her son, because my is referred to the speaker. So here speaker is she. So based on that, adjective her is used. Now let's see. One more rule is that is about universal truths. If the reporting statement is universal truths, then there is no change in reporting statement. The rest of statements are as usual as we do it. For example, my class teacher said, the earth moves round the sun. Answer is, my class teacher said that the earth moves round the sun. So in reporting statement, there is no change when we change from direct to indirect sentence. Now let's see one more important rule of reported speech is, if a reporting verb is in present and future tense, then there is no change in reporting statement. For For example, he says, I will help you a lot. Answer is, he says that he will help him a lot. So, according to the speaker, here the reporting statement starts with I. So, I is related to the speaker, and in this sentence, the speaker is he. That's why when we connect the sentence, he is used. Will is as usual, will, and then you into him, because you is referred to the listener. So maybe possible if a speaker is speaking to a male person, then the listener must be him. Let's go ahead. If the statements in indirect speech, then definitely according to that the changes in tenses are possible. It is necessary to change from one tense to another tense. Now let's see what are the rules. Indirect speech can be introduced by a verb in a present tense. He says that. This is usual when we are, point is, reporting a conversation that is still going on. Number B, reading a letter and reporting that it says. Number 3, reading instructions and reporting them. Number D, reporting a statement that someone makes you very often. Example, Tom says that he will never get married. Here Tom says, so reporting statement is says, so we don't change says into another form, right? He will never get married. So this is what we never ever change into other tense. When the introductory verb is in a present tense, present perfect or future tense, we can report the direct speech without any change of tense. Example, Ram says, I am going to get a taxi. This is a situation phoning from the station. Changing tenses. Now let's see. Simple present tense into simple past tense. Example, he said to me, I work hard for exam. Now you can see direct sentence, the reporting statement is with simple present tense. The verb, action verb is in red color, that is called work, and that action verb shows that this sentence is a simple present tense. Now we change into simple past. He told me that he worked hard for exam. Now second tense, that is called present continuous tense. We change from present continuous tense into past continuous tense. Let's see example to understand in depth. Peter said to Mona, I am going for shopping now. The answer is, Peter told Mona that he was going for shopping then. Here in this reporting statement, in direct speech, it is written here as I am going for shopping now. So am going is showing present continuous tense. But when we change from direct to indirect, am going into was going, we have done it. And said to into told, because the reporting statement is assertive. Present perfect tense into past perfect tense. Let's see. I said to Chahak, I have visited the Taj Mahal. Answer is, I told Chahak that I had visited the Taj Mahal. In this example, we can understand said to into told because the statement is assertive. Reporting statement is in present perfect tense because you can see the action verb have visited is used. So we change have visited into had visited. Clear? And here reporting statement is I is used. I is used for the speaker, and here speaker is I only. So there is no change when we change from direct to indirect statement. Now let's see fourth one, present perfect continuous tense into past perfect continuous tense. Let's see example. Sushant said to Kangana, I have been living in this house for 5 years. Answer is Sushant told Kangana that he had been living in that house for 5 years. Now you can see double inward comma, the reporting statement is in present perfect continuous tense. So we change into past perfect continuous tense, and that is had been living. Now what are the changes? Said to into told, because the statement is in assertive sentence. Next is we have changed from this into that, because when we change from direct to indirect, this is changed into that. Next is simple past tense into past perfect tense. Example, Jethalal said to Babita, I sold 50 washing machines last week. So in reporting statement you can see sold is written here as action verb, which is in simple past tense. Now we change into past perfect tense. Jethalal told Babita that he had sold 50 washing machines the previous week. Now here we have changed said to into told. Reporting statement is in simple past tense. We have changed into past perfect tense, means sold into had sold, and last week into the previous week. So we have to change according to the time. Now let's see what are the changes, the expressions of place in indirect speech. Adverbs and adverbial phrases of time changes as follows. Let's see, today into that day, yesterday into the day before, tomorrow into the next day or the following day, here into there, next week or next year is changed into the following week or the following year. Last week, last year into the previous week or the previous year. Ago means a year before or the previous year. Now into then. Now let's see changes in to be form. Direct sentence and indirect sentence. Am into was were. Do does into did. Did into had plus past participle of the verb. Have has into had. Shall will into would. In some cases you will find shall into should and will into would also. So both are acceptable. Can into could, may into might, and must is same as must only. There is no change. Now let's see examples. Magan said to Manju, I will meet you tomorrow. The answer is Magan told Manju that he would meet her the next day. So said to into told, I will meet you. Here I refers to Magan, and that's why Magan is a male, that's why we have to use he. Will into would. Tomorrow into the next day. So according to that we have to change. Next rule, when we turn direct questions into indirect speech, the following changes are necessary. Point number A, tenses, pronouns and possessive adjectives and adverbs of time and place change as in statements. Number B, the interrogative form of verb changes into the affirmative form. The question mark is omitted in indirect questions. So these points we have to follow. Interrogative sentences into assertive sentences. Let's see examples. I said to her, did you make food yesterday? Answer is said to into asked. I asked her if she had made food the previous day. Now let's see. In direct speech we can find double inverted comma. So in indirect speech double inverted comma is removed, even question mark is removed, and in place of that we have to use full stop because we are changing from interrogative into assertive sentence. To connect the sentence, we have to use if, because we are changing to be from interrogative sentences into assertive sentence. So the answer would be, I asked if she had made food the previous day. Next example, he said to her, why has he bought tickets for the movie? Again, this is WH question statement. We change into indirect speech. Said to into asked. We have to change from interrogative into assertive. Question mark should be removed. Even double inverted comma is also removed. So answer is, he asked her why he had bought tickets for the movie. Commands, requests, advice in indirect speech. Direct command, he said, lie down, Tom. Indirect command, he told Tom to lie down. So according to the imperative sentence, we have to change according to the feeling of the statement. So maybe possible you can find commands, requests, advise, instruct, suggest, advise, warns. So these are what we can say the statements which are related to imperative sentence. So maybe possible that you can use that direct command, but when we change the direct command into indirect command, we have to use reporting verb. We have to change according to that. Suppose there is a request, then in indirect speech we have to use requested in place of said to or said. Now let's see some more examples. Indirect commands, requests, advise are usually expressed by a verb of command, request, advise plus object plus infinitive. So we have to connect this reporting statement connect with to. If the statement is negative, then we have to use not to connect the statement. The following verbs can be used: advise, ask, beg, command, order, remind, tell, warn, etc. He said, get your coat, Tom. Then the answer is, he told Tom to get his coat. Negative commands, request, etc. are usually reported by not plus infinitive. Here infinitive means to connect the statement with to. Don't swim out too far, boys, I said. Then the answer is, I warned or told, anyone you can use, the boys not to swim out too far. So here we have connected the statement with not to because the reporting statement is negative. So to connect the negative statement in indirect speech, we have to connect with not to. Now let's see exclamations in indirect speech. Exclamation usually become statements in indirect speech. The exclamation marks disappears. Let's see examples. Exclamations beginning what or how can be reported by, he said, what a dreadful idea. Then the answer is, he exclaimed that it was a dreadful idea. Now here in reporting verb, said to into exclaimed. So according to the reporting statement, we have to change with exclaimed with joy, exclaimed with sad, exclaimed with unhappiness, exclaimed with happiness. So this kind of adjectives we have to use in place of reporting verb in indirect statement. Give an exclamation of delight, disgust, horror, relief, surprise, etc. So these words can be used in place of said to or said only. If the exclamation is followed by an action, we can use the construction with an exclamation of delight, disgust, etc. plus he, she, etc. plus verb. Other types of exclamation such as good, marvelous, splendid, heavens, oh, ooh, etc. can be reported as in be or she as above. Let's see examples. Good, he exclaimed, means he gave an exclamation of pleasure, satisfaction. Oh, she exclaimed and turned the program off. With an exclamation of disgust, she turned the program off. So we have to change in indirect speech in this way. So let's see, some notes are there. He said, thank you. We change into he thanked me. So we have to speak the statement, we have to make the statement short. He said, good luck. We changed in indirect speech, he wished me luck. He said, happy Christmas. We change into he wished me a happy Christmas. He said, congratulations. He congratulated me. He said, liar. He called me a liar. He said, damn, etc. He swore, etc. So the notice said, welcome to Wells. The notice welcomed visitors to Wells. So we have to change the short reporting statement in this way. Now, indirect speech, mixed types. Direct speech may consist of statement plus question, question plus command, command plus statement, or all three together. It happens that the speaker who is speaking the statement which is more than 2 or 3 sentences. In this way, this is possible. Normally, each carries its own introductory verb. Now let's see the example. I don't know the way, do you? So first one is a statement and second is a question statement. He asked, then answer is, he said he didn't know the way and asked her if she knew it. He said, someone is coming, get behind the screen. Right? So first statement is simple, assertive, and second statement is imperative sentence. So we change into indirect speech likewise. He said that someone was coming and told me to get behind the screen. So we are ending our reported speech. I hope you have liked this video. Don't forget to subscribe it. Even click on the like button. You can give comments, and even don't forget to click on the notification bell button.